Good morning, take 2 on April's vlog. Yeah, I bought an external microphone to try and make the sound better, and fortunately I thought to check what it sounded like, and no sound at all had come out, even though I checked at home and it worked perfectly at home. So trying again. Yeah, I'm on the syndicate here for 3 nights. Got here at 6 o'clock this morning. Initially put my rods out on the other side of the lake, didn't set anything up, just put the rods out and fished for a couple of hours over there. There was a bailiff on last night who had a fish, and also Alan, the owner, is on. He was at the other end of the lake, and he also had a fish last night. So even though it was very cold last night, I mean it was -1 when I left home at 4 o'clock this morning, and it was 0 when I got here just before 6 this morning. So the fish are feeding, albeit the stock is, but 2 beautiful fish that I've seen. So yeah, I've ended up coming over to the other side of the lake. I'm on the road bank again. I'm in a swim called Left Hand Tyres. I have fished a swim before and actually got done in this swim. Yeah, I woke up in the morning and hadn't had any indication on the rod, but the line was going off at another angle. I was fishing slack lines and had awfully been done in the night. So I'm on a couple of spots that I remember in this swim before. Quickly put the marker out, the spots are still the same. So yeah, I'm fishing those 2 spots. Starting to introduce a decent amount of bait now. I've got 5 kilos of boilie, 5 kilo of pellet, a couple of kilos of corn and some casters. Yeah, the boilie's been soaking in krill juice for 24 hours and then krill powder on top of that. It's had another 3 days soaking in, so hopefully that will leak off into the lake and attract some fish. That's the idea. As I say, I'm here for 3 nights, so hopefully something will occur and maybe we can get a fish. Alan's here for another night. I think the bailiff said he's going to come back and do another night as well, so we'll see what happens. But yeah, I'm not sure how often I'm going to update the vlog, not over 3 days. Obviously if I'm catching fish or something's happening, then yes, we will update the vlog, but if nothing's happening I may leave it for a couple of days. But yeah, I'll update you later on, hopefully with a fish, but let's not get too excited. Okay, see you later. Okay, well, update on the vlog. It's the following day now. So yeah, nothing happened last night. 5 people on the lake. Nobody had even a bleep, near miss, no fish seen. So yeah, we're still here. There's 3 of us on at the moment. 2 have gone home. Slight change of tactics. One rod I've put out in the middle on a club pop-up. Just yeah, only 13 wraps. That's the middle. Nice donk as it went down, so I know I'm on a clear spot. And I actually cast a just a wafter rig on there and wound that in. No weed, nothing on the hook link. So yeah, I've put a spinner rig out with a gooed up white pop-up, just to see if anything's out there sniffing around. And then the right hand rod I've now pop up on, and yeah, a scoop full of bait as well. And I've actually put a couple of extra scoopfuls of bait on there as well. So we'll just see what happens. Really, I've walked around the lake a couple of times, can't actually find any fish. That said, I mean it's been really cold. It was, as predicted, -3 last night or early morning. Certainly when I got up this morning at 7 o'clock. Well, that's not true. I got up at 5 o'clock and it wasn't frosty at 5. Got back in the bed, and when I got up at 7 o'clock it was really frosty everywhere. Bivvy was covered in frost, and yeah, I checked the app before I went to bed. It was going to be -3, and looking at the frost I'm sure it was -3. Tonight's predicted again to be cold, as I said yesterday, so we'll see. But then Thursday night's going to be quite a bit warmer. Well, it's going to be 4 degrees, it's only 2 degrees now, so it's going to be warmer Thursday night than it is in the daytime now. So we'll plug away at it. I'll keep every now and again going for a walk on the lake to see if I can find any fish. I'm happy to move swims if I can find fish, but the way we're dotted out, the three of us have probably got the lake covered. So maybe one of us can nick a fish tonight, maybe not. As I say, 5 on last night we had the lake covered, but no one had anything, so but we'll see what happens. Till then, have a good day, and yeah, see you later. Welcome back to the vlog. Just thought I'd do a little update. There were 5 on the lake last night, and no fish again. No one had any fish. To be honest, they weren't even showing, but it's been a bit warmer today, and the sun came out for about an hour, and the odd fish has been showing, so at least they're on the move. I mean, 2 people have now gone home, and another 2 have turned up, so there's at least 5 on the lake tonight. Hopefully one of us can get a fish. Unfortunately the sound's still not very good on this. I've played this back on the app, and even with this external mic the sound's got a lot of background noise, so I will try, just in case it's a SIM card. Hopefully when I do the next vlog the sound's a bit better, so apologies for the poor sound. I will wrap up the vlog briefly in the morning. I'm going to get off quite early tomorrow. I'll probably be start packing away at 8. I want to be in the car park pulling away 10 o'clock at the latest tomorrow, so hopefully, well, at least one of us has had a fish, and there's a fish to show on the vlog, but I'll do the little update in the morning. Till then, see you later. Well, good morning. It's 8:30 Friday morning, so just come up to the end of my 72 hours. Well, I guess technically I've gone over 72 hours. I got here at 6 AM, so yeah, so I'm on 74 hours, aren't I? Oh, sorry Coops, if you watch this. Yeah, 8 of us on last night, and 1 fish out. I don't know how much it weighed. Bailiff went in a swim over the other side to me. It's about 12:30 last night. Fish started crashing at least 3/4 of the way over, off to my right, not at the angle I am. I wouldn't have been able to cast to them anyway, but at least fish were showing in the area, and that kept on certainly 2:30 this morning. Again, I got out the bivvy because there was a few crashes and they were still in that spot, and the bailiff was casting down towards that way in front of a swim called the Poke Hole, the fish were. So yeah, he had one. It's the picture will be up later on Facebook, and I'll probably nick it off of there and add it into the vlog. So I think that's either 3 or 4 fish have been out in April so far. Yeah, what else can I say? Not a lot really. It's, you know, I'm pulling off now. I probably won't actually get out anywhere next week because I'm busy all week. Got an extra day's work and yeah, things to do. So probably won't get back here now till a week on Wednesday, and then it'll be another 2 or 3 nights. Hopefully it'll be warm enough that the dog can come with me, and also I don't need a bivvy. I can just sleep under the umbrella. So that's the plan, and yeah, update you next time I'm on the bank. Welcome to the vlog. Back up on the Syndicate. Left home 4 o'clock this morning. Had a good drive up here. Don't get me wrong, it's a bit of a ball ache getting up at 3:15 to be coming here, but by leaving at 4 o'clock I'm here for, well, 20 to 6 I get here, hour and 40 minutes, so happy with that. Yeah, I've got the dog in tow with me today, so he's happy, as long as he's literally sat with me now. I'll push this back, there he is, always by my side. So, and tonight and there he will be on that bed with me. So I never get a good sleep when a dog comes with me, but hey, that's life. So we're here for 48 hours. As I say, got here at 6 o'clock, loaded the barrow up. Unfortunately, walking down the path on the way down to the lake, the barrow hit a big divot in the ground and the whole thing turned over. So that wasn't so good, trying to pick the barrow up on my own. But we got it up here, got down to the lake, left the barrows by the gate, had a little look. There's a guy, Simon, not sure what swim he was in, but he was getting ready to move. He said that Coops is down in the Willow where he always fishes, and he'd had cluster at 38.4 yesterday, which, if you remember, that's the fish I had at £22.8, I think it was, in 2014. Walked along, stopped in the barracks, and fish was showing out in the middle to the left, and then I walked along and Chris was in the next swim up, so he was still asleep, so I didn't disturb him. Had a walk around the lake. I had one fish show in front of the swim called the helipad, so I moved my gear down to there and just cast the rods out. Didn't actually set up for the day, just thought I'd give it a go there. Then later on I had a walk up to Chris, had a chat with him, and the fish were showing in front of him, really heavy. He said he couldn't believe he hadn't had a take, because they'd been like that since he got here last night. And I said to him, yeah, they was out there this morning when I arrived. And obviously I didn't drop in a swim next to him. It's just a rule here that you don't drop in the next swim to somebody or a swim opposite them when you arrive, unless of course they invite you in there. And Chris just said to me, mate, you need to get up in a barracks, Mark. So I haven't hesitated. I've moved my rods up here and fish her out in the middle, and hopefully this is a session where I can get a fish or two. Anything will do, just one fish would be good. April, it's fishing quite well. I think there's been 9 fish out now in April. Just as I moved into the swim, Chris come across to talk to me, and his remote went off to his swim, and he had, I think it's called the Dink, a nice mirror at 25.4. Anyway, that's it for now. I'll update the vlog either tomorrow or the following day. We'll see, just see what happens. Certainly if I catch a fish, we'll update it. If not, I'll update it before I go home, but I'm sure something will happen, and it will be updated later. Okay, that's it for now. Speak to you soon. Well, good evening. Just thought I'd do a little update on the vlog, as there has been some things going on today occurring. Certainly the fish stayed down this end, although they've moved a bit further along on the wind than they were, so they're slightly out of my zone now, but hopefully they'll come back in the night or early morning. Alan's now moved to the furthest end, this end of the lake, so he's got fish in front of him now, and Simon on the other side had a fish this afternoon, 28 pounds, a fish that hasn't been out for 18 months, and again he's got quite a lot of fish in front of him at the moment. They've definitely moved along, but we'll see what happens. Alan, Simon and Chris are all pulling off tomorrow morning, so certainly gives me a chance for a move if the fish are still down that end. And what else has happened today? Well, we've just had a takeaway delivered a little while ago, and I've probably not had a kebab in at least 4 years, maybe even longer. But I had a mixed kebab, and it is the biggest kebab you have ever seen. It's must have weighed £2 easily, maybe even more than that. Best to say, I couldn't eat it all, so the dog's healthy eating went out the window, because he finished off at least a quarter of the kebab, if not more. The only thing is, since he's at it, he hasn't stopped dribbling, which I'm guessing is the chilli sauce wasn't the best thing for him to have. Yeah. Anyway, that's it for today. It's, you know, it's rods and lines are out. We're in the vicinity, and let's hope if we can nick a fish in the night. Yeah, I'll update the vlog at some point tomorrow. See you then. Morning, welcome to the vlog again. So yeah, it's Thursday morning now, and yeah, I've moved swim again. Basically, pretty restless night. It always is when the dog's here. He was on the bed, off the bed. He's not the lightest of dogs to be jumping on your bed. 38 kilos he weighs. The vet tells me he needs to lose 10 kilos, but I don't know how that's going to happen. He really has a treat. Alright, he had the kebab last night. But that aside, we don't give him many extras, so not sure how he's ever going to lose that weight. The restless night, Chris had one. I mean, the fish moved quite a bit left, so they probably moved out of my zone by last night. Moved left, still in front of Chris. A lot of fish in front of Simon now on the opposite bank, and Chris had one at about 4:30 this morning, 17-pound linear, one that this is the one we photographed for Alan a couple of weeks ago. May have been on the last vlog. I lose track of what vlog I'm on, but it may be on this vlog, it may not. But photographed that for Chris this morning, and yeah, he was off. He packed up and needed to get away for 8 o'clock. So I've done probably the easiest swim move I've ever done in my life. I've moved one swim along now. I'm in the swim Chris was in, and just hoping, I've got another 24 hours, so hoping I can winkle one fish out. It is surprising no more fish were out, because as I say, Alan's still at the end. They're in front of him, they're in front of Simon. They must be feeding on a hatch though, and not really baits, so we'll see. If I can nick one, I will nick one, obviously, but if I can't, I can't. That's fishing. If it was easy, everyone would fish these lakes, but it's not easy. So the other thing I did today is my maiden flight at a lake with a drone. Yeah, I've played with it in the garden just to get the idea of the hang of it, but yeah, flew it over the lake today, and we'll hopefully put in some lake footage. It was a bit of a panic coming back home. The battery was getting a bit flat, and the remote tells you battery low, heading home, and it's heading home, and I cannot see the drone at all. I'm looking at the screen on my phone, trying to work out from the water that I can see where the drone is. I can see Sonning Eye behind me. I'm thinking, where is this drone? And then the remote tells me it's starting to remotely land, so I've had to cancel the land because I still can't see the drone. It's bleeping away telling me the batteries are low, and I'm thinking, where is it? I couldn't hear it or see it, so I thought, let's start coming down. I forgot, because of all the trees I've set, if you use the automatic home button on the drone, it comes back at 100 meters in the sky to avoid the trees, which probably a bit of overkill on me. If the trees are 30 meters, I'm surprised. But yeah, that's why I couldn't hear it or see it. It was 100 meters up in the sky, and long story short, safely landed back in my swim. And I may have a go this afternoon, see if I can get some better footage with it. But yeah, that's my drone story for today. Okay, update you hopefully with the fish tomorrow, but if not, update you just to say what happened or didn't happen. Speak to you later. Well, let's wrap up this vlog. So 3 of us on the lake last night. There were no bites last night. Ironically, when I moved swims, within an hour of casting out, I never saw another fish. So, and in hindsight, when I walked down the lake a bit this morning before packing up, the fish had moved back down a couple of swims, so I should have moved to the right, not to the left. But you know, hindsight's a wonderful thing, and you have to move where you see fish, not where you think they're going to be. So yeah, no fish there. I've ate well this trip, albeit not healthy. Obviously you saw the kebab I had 2 nights ago, and yesterday I had sausage, eggs and bacon for breakfast, followed by steak, sausages and eggs for dinner last night. So not the healthiest fishing session, that's for sure. That said, there's a little app on your, if you've got an iPhone you probably know it, a health app or something, and it measures how many steps you walk a day. I don't think you can even count on that, it's just permanently on your phone. So I've had a quick look before I fired this up, and I've done 13,000 steps today. And yeah, I will do a screenshot actually what I've done over the Wednesday and Thursday on the lake, just so you can see, you know, generally when I'm fishing I've checked in, it's 2,000 steps, so at least I'm putting some steps in, you know. 1,000 steps is roughly half a mile, so 13,000 steps, 6.5 miles. Heaven knows how many steps the dog's done, because he's been running after his ball, running after sticks. He's done a lot more steps than I did, that's for sure. But anyway, the other thing we did, I've walked around and baited up some swims. Basically I've got 5 spots that I'm baiting up. They're not my spots because anyone can fish them, but they're spots that I'm introducing bait to. So in theory, if I go in those swims, fish will have got used to my bait on those spots. So we'll see. I think I did 5 kilos of boilies and 5 kilos of particle earlier. On the last trip I definitely did 5 kilo of boilie and pellet mix, so we'll see. And when I come back again next time I'll do the same again, hopefully get the fish feeding on my spots. Alright, so that's it for now. I'm going to head off home, and I'll see you back on the bank next week. Another 48-hour session I'll be doing, so see you then. Good morning, and welcome to the vlog again. So back on the syndicate again, another 48-hour session on here. Hopefully nick a fish. I feel like I'm getting closer to the fish each time I come, and got here this morning, it's quite busy, and 5 people on the lake, which doesn't sound a lot, but the way the swims are, that's pretty sewn up the lake. So I managed to drop into a swim. Obviously I've not set up, I don't plan to spend the whole day here, but fish was showing, so just quickly put the rods out on a couple of singles, and had liners on both rods already this morning, so I'm not far away, which is promising. No dog with me this week. It's forecast for a lot of rain today, low pressure, still got these cold northeasterly winds, but yeah, if I'm not here I definitely can't catch, so we're here. since I came last week there's only been one fish out, and that was last night, or this morning, early hours this morning, 5 AM this morning. So yeah, the fishing has definitely slowed down, but we'll see what happens. I say we've got 48 hours, and unlike this stainless swim, as I say, just literally chuck the rods out, put the brolly up because it's absolutely freezing, and going to sit here probably till midday or something, keep walking around seeing if I can find fish. I think 3 of the people who are on at the moment are moving or going home later, so I'll set up in a swim later on and update the vlog this evening just before dinner or something with what's happened, what hasn't happened, and what the plan is for the rest of the session. So yeah, see you then. Well, morning, just update the vlog. It's yeah, 4 of us on last night, and nothing happened, no one's had any fish. Had horrendous rain. Started at midday yesterday, and when I went to bed went to sleep at 10 o'clock, it was still pouring, so at least 10 hours of rain, really heavy at times. So a lot of things are out drying out now in the sun. Woken up this morning, coots trying to dive on my rod that's out in 14 foot of water. I mean, the coots can't get down on the bait, but the fact they're diving suggests the bait's still there, and that means the carp never visited there, hence why I never got a run. As I say, no one had a run last night, so out of 4 people fishing. The odd fish that's showing today, they're not showing as well as they did yesterday, but they're just under the surface, and all day long yesterday the swifts and swallows were hovering above the water where something was hatching in the water, and yeah, the bivvy and sleeping bag are covered in mayflies and things that are drying out, getting rid of the fly that have come out of the water. So I'm guessing the fish are in the upper layers just feeding on the hatches, and I've said before, we're not allowed to use zig rigs on here, and with the fish all up in the upper layers, I just can't see them going down and feeding on the bottom. So I'm actually going to pull off today. I'm not going to do my second night. I've done it before on waters where beat yourself up, tough waters, and you sit there not expecting to catch, knowing the likelihood isn't there, and in the end, me personally, it just kills me. And I've done it on 2 waters before, gone home and never gone back, because instead of going home when I should have, I've sat it out when there was a little chance or no chance of catching. So the plan today is I'm going to sit here. Normally I'd be on the road now because of traffic, because it's 10 o'clock. I'm going to sit here till probably about 1 o'clock. Just before I go, I'll walk around, bait up those 5 spots that I always put my bait on, in the hope that one day when I come here I'll fish the spots and fish will be used to seeing my bait on those spots. What else can you say for April? It's probably the first time, other than last year we were all locked down and couldn't go fishing. I can't remember the last time I didn't catch fish in April. I mean, that said, every April for as long as I can remember I've gone to France for a week, which, depending on what sort of waters you've gone, I've either caught a lot of fish and reasonable sized fish, or they're all good sized fish over there, or not so many fish but big fish. So that's one reason I've not caught in April, not been to France. We did have a trip booked, but it obviously got cancelled because we can't travel to France at the moment. Yeah, I don't know what else, why. I mean, I've concentrated just on this water, which is a tough water, but I was hoping to have nicked a fish throughout April, but obviously not. So unless something happens in the next 3 hours, April's going to be a blank. The actual lake this year, I mean, people started fishing it again in March, so between March and up until today there have been 3 of the good fish out, 4 if you count the scattered ling, but the 3 big fish have been barbecue zip, 46 pound, the big zip ling I think it's called, I think that was 45.8, and the sergeant at 44.10. So there are the bigger fish are due to feed. it's probably why it's been busy. I mean, I'm told it's most nights there's 4 or 5 people on here, so it's certainly seeing bait and people on the waters. Like I say, April not the greatest for me, but we'll see what happens. May's just around the corner, literally 1st of May, Saturday, and my club lake's open then, and obviously at least I can go for a few hours in the evening and hopefully put a bend in the rod, put my mind at rest. The rigs I'm using are still good, I'm sure they are, but sometimes you just need that fish or 2 on a rig just to give you the confidence back. Next week, I don't know what I'm going to do. I could be over here. I plan to come here Tuesday and Wednesday night. I've booked the next 2 Tuesdays off of work, and I've got 2 more Wednesdays of furlough. After that, I'm working Wednesdays again. So the plan is to come here. That said, it may be, depending how my mood takes me, I decide and go and fish the club lakes. I can't even do nights on them, so perhaps do a day on the definite runs water and then a day on the harder lake just behind it. But we'll see. I'll definitely be somewhere and updating the vlog in May, keep going and hopefully catching some fish this time. Okay, so see you on the bank then.